What's happening guys, this is Nagpal for iGyaan, and today we're going to be reviewing the new Nokia Lumia 720. Now Nokia has been working out with Lumia devices ever since they shifted over to Windows Phone as their main proprietary interface. While many have speculated about the fact that Nokia would have been better off with an Android OS in their experience, we feel that Nokia is the reason why Windows Phone 8 has been able to evolve so fast into a fairly respectable operating system. The Nokia Lumia 720 offers a slightly budget experience to the Lumia series and is equipped with a lot of nice features on the inside along with great hardware overall. So let's talk a little bit about the hardware and specifications of the Lumia 720. Now the Lumia 720 is priced at about 18,000 rupees in the Indian market. About 320 odd US dollars is what the price conversion comes to. But the device also adds in certain things that Nokia has been missing out on other devices, including a micro SD card slot which can accept up to a 64GB micro SD card. Let's talk about the front of the device over here real quick. You have a 1.3 megapixel front facing camera which is capable of HD video, not full HD, 720p video at 30 frames per second. Below that you have a nice 4.3 inch clear black display which does have Gorilla Glass 2. A resolution of 480 by 800 pixels, making it a total of 217 pixels per inch. On the bottom you have the 3 capacitive touch buttons for Windows Phone, and on the right you have a dedicated camera shutter button which sort of has become a requirement for Windows Phone. You have the lock unlock button and the volume rocker, everything conveniently located on the right of the device. On the top you have your SIM card slot and the 3.5mm headphone jack. And on the left you have the micro SD card. Like I said, 64GB is the capacity that you can add. On the back you have a 6.1 megapixel camera which is capable of 720 video again. We feel that Nokia could have added full HD video, but they decided not to. You have Carl Zeiss optics, and you have the speakerphone at the bottom of the device. Now if we talk about the internals of the Lumia 720, we are running a Qualcomm MSM8227 dual core 1GHz processor, and we have a fairly decent Adreno 305 GPU. For RAM we have 512 MB of RAM, and internally we have 8GB of storage. Now apart from the fact that this is Windows Phone 8, Nokia also adds in a bunch of applications that are their own primary or priority applications that are available only on Nokia devices. So if you go into the store, you can see a lot of apps from Nokia that are available directly for this device. Now these apps set Nokia apart from all the other devices available on Windows Phone. Here Maps and Here Drive is a standard Windows Phone experience which was added by Nokia into the devices, but you get interesting applications like Nokia Music that lets you subscribe to their music service, download and listen to music which is royalty free, DRM free. So you can simply go into something like a mixed radio and listen to some music. So all you need to do is just simply tap on whatever music you want to listen to, and the mixed radio will start playing. This is all online. The quality of the music is fairly decent, and you can also download music that you like for listening to it later on. So these are a bunch of things that Nokia Music lets you do directly for free, and this app is only available on certain Nokia Windows Phone 8 devices, not available across the Windows Phone experience. Now Nokia Maps is now converted into Here Maps and now available for almost all Windows Phone devices, so that is something that you will be able to see. Now let's talk about Windows Phone 8 as an interface. You do have a highly customizable user interface now versus what it was earlier. So you can convert the size of tiles as per your requirement. You can make them smaller or bigger as per your requirement over there. You also have a full version of Office that lets you edit, download and resend or email Windows documents or Microsoft Office documents. So you have PowerPoint, Excel and Word that can be edited on any sort of Nokia Lumia device or any sort of Windows Phone device. So you do have Office integration. You also get SkyDrive integration, so you get about 7.5GB of free storage. On this, you can convert your documents and save them on the cloud, which is SkyDrive, and then you can download and edit them on the go. So that is something that is nice. You also have Office 365 integration in there. Now, a bunch of applications have started to show up on Windows Phone. You do have a lot less applications if you compare it to Android and iOS, but you do have a lot of applications that have started to show up, and the latest update of YouTube also makes it a native application on the devices, so that is fairly good. In terms of the OS, it is fairly simple. You can quickly take a app that you want to put on the front. You can simply hold it down and pin to the start. It will show up on the start screen. You can customize it. If you don't want it, you can make it larger or smaller as per your requirement, or you can simply unpin it from the screen. You can also move around tiles. These tiles are live tiles. They update as per data provided to them, so you can just simply move tiles to a respectable location. For live tiles to work, they need to be either the full size or a middle size. If you want live tiles, they will not work in this tiny size that is over here. Now, like I said, I can simply pull this down into this grid over here, and my top becomes a lot more organized versus a big tile on the top. So if you want something like that, you can customize it and have up to 8 small icons on the top of the most frequently used applications that you have, and that is what makes Windows Phone 8 different from Windows Phone previous generations. Now, Windows Phone 8 is not the perfect operating system as of now. You do get a lot of customizations. You do get a lot of features that you can set as per your requirement, but it still remains a little difficult to use. So for example, just like on iOS, if you want to change some settings, you need to go and look for the settings application to turn on Wi-Fi. So you can just go into settings and go and set up your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, internet, etc. You can't do it from any widget or the notification panel. Also, you don't have a dedicated notification panel. You just get this small little quick notifications over here. Of course, you get updates for, like, for example, if you have app updates, you can see the 16 showing over here. That is the update of apps available. So you do get notifications within these tiles, even if they are in small size. They won't be live tiles, but you get notifications. So if you have missed calls, you'll get missed call badges over here. If you have messages, you'll have message badge over here. So that is something that is available on this. Also in your lock screen is where you will get some updates. So if you have missed calls, etc., they show up here, but you can't tap to go to them. It's just like a banner for display, which makes it slightly difficult. For customizations, you can also go into the settings and change the background of the device. So if you want to change your theme, you can change the background to a lighter background, and you can change the color to, say, a brown, which will look quite sad. It actually looks quite nice. So you can change the color of the tiles, and you can change the color of the icons, and you can change the color of the background. But that's about it for customization in terms of colors and themes, because not a lot of options are available on Windows Phone devices as of today. In terms of performance, the phone is quite capable, and you have a nice and large dialer. Phone calls are solid and network remained good. We were able to make up to 5 to 6 hours of calls, and which is fairly nice for battery life. You also get a good messaging keyboard over here. So if you're into social networks or do messaging a lot on your device, you have one of the best touchscreen keyboards available in the market today. It's one of the fastest and easiest to use keyboards. You can also switch from portrait to landscape, and the keyboard will also convert in that fashion. It looks fairly nice and works really well. One thing that you would really like about the Windows Phone interface is the Me Hub or the People tab. So if you go into the People tab, you can set up all your accounts, be it Facebook, Google, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. And all your updates will show up in the What's New section. So all your friends, etc. will show up in the What's New section. Again, you can set up family rooms and friend rooms, so you can chat within your group, and you can sort of create mini social networks within your phone, so that you don't have to go and publicly do or publicly exchange messages. You can do them privately in your own private family room. Similarly, you also have a Me tile that tells you all your updates about yourself. You can also share updates directly to several social networking sites, and you can share them directly from here. Now, most of the applications in the Windows Phone interface follow this swipe scheme. So you swipe from left to right to go into several of the features of the applications. That is the generic Windows Phone interface. It also simply lets you swipe through your photos, your store, your music gallery, everything swipe from left to right. So that is a generalized feature of Windows Phone 8, and the interface has nice and big text and nice looking graphics overall. So the interface is clean, fast and responsive, allows you to go through your collections and your photographs easily, where the title remains on top and you simply scroll through menus left to right. So when we were gaming on the Nokia Lumia 720, we found that the experience of gaming is fairly good and most of the games played out really nicely. The speakerphone is also fairly loud and we were able to play most of the games available on the marketplace without any issues. Overall, we feel that the Nokia Lumia is a good add-on to the Windows Phone experience. And if you are looking for something that is a little different for your device, apart from Windows Phone and iOS, for this price segment, for 18,000 rupees, the Lumia 720 will offer you a lot of features. And the fact that it is almost built like a tank, the phone quality is absolutely wonderful. They are highly well built, so they will last a long time. Nokia's reputation in terms of the service market is also fairly good. So if you have any issues with devices in terms of warranty, Nokia phones usually get good warranty in India. So that is another plus factor. If you do want a lot more customization on your device and you do want a lot of openness, I would suggest that you go in for something on the Android segment. iOS, the cheapest phone available would be about for 20,000 rupees is the offer for the iPhone 4, which they have right now, the buyback offer, but it may not compare to the kind of fluidity you get on 720 right now. But you can get an iPhone 4 for about 20,000 rupees and you can get a Nokia Lumia 720 for about 18,000 rupees. So you can make a decision based on that. It does offer you alternative to Android, and if you don't want a lot of features, you are missing certain things on this. Majorly, few applications including Instagram are also missing from the Windows Store. Hopefully they'll bring that soon enough, but they are slightly less compared to the other ecosystems including Android and iOS. If you have any questions or queries, do leave them in the comment section below or on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. You can also catch our full review on iGyaan.in, and make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV. For iGyaan Networks, this is me, Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching.